Hello guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Three Hammers. It's Luke here. It's the Crystal Palace preview. Kicks off at 3 o'clock at the London Stadium. And it's going to be a rare 3 o'clock kickoff this season. You know, with the Europa League, a lot of the games are going to be Thursday, Sunday. So it's a rare 3 o'clock kickoff. And I do love the 3 o'clock kickoffs. They're one of my favourites. You know, that's real football. You got a chance to go to the pub and, you know, have a little bit of food and proper enjoy the atmosphere. And then you still got time at the end of the night to enjoy it even more. So big game. Looking forward to it. Let's get into it. So Crystal Palace, guys, they've yet to win a game. They lost to Chelsea, they drew with Brentford, and they lost to Watford in the League Cup in the week. I believe they've only had 1 or 2 shots in those 3 games, and they're yet to score a goal. The website I use, you know it, whoscored.com, lists their strengths as aerial duels and protecting leads. They've not had a lead yet, so we'll wait and see. Their weaknesses is possession. They lose possession quite a lot. Scoring, as I said, they've not scored yet. 3 games. Hopefully we can keep that and keep the clean sheet and keep it going against them. Defending long shots, they're not very good at that. So maybe, hopefully, you know, Ben Rama's being told, you know, take some long shots and, you know, really give it a go. Defending set pieces, something we're fantastic at. And failing. They fail a lot in dangerous areas. So, you know, if we're getting those free kicks that Cresswell can whip in, or, you know, Bowen can whip in, might be where we get some of our goals. We should be good enough to beat these guys, but you just don't know. We usually beat them at their ground, and they beat us at our ground. So it's one of them. But this is a different Palace team, and I'll go a bit more into it. Their style of play is they like to play with a lot of width, and they play in their own half quite a lot. They're very confident on both left and right on the width. It's not like they specifically just use the left hand side or just the right hand side. It's both sides they're confident on playing down. They've got no injuries, but as I said, they've got no goals yet, guys. Their manager, Patrick Vieira, a man that will probably be remembered most by West Ham fans for being sent off against Neil the Razor Ruddock in that fantastic win against them. When Paolo Di Canio absolutely destroyed the Arsenal team, and this was the proper Arsenal team: Tony Adams, Keown, Dixon, Winterburn, Vieira, Petit, Bergkamp. You know, the Arsenal. Obviously, there's no record in terms of managerial record against West Ham, but I looked at his playing record against West Ham, and I was quite surprised actually. That was the only win we had against Patrick Vieira's Arsenal. He played against West Ham 16 times. They beat us 10 times, drew 15 and lost once. And obviously in that loss he got sent off because of the Neil the Razor Ruddock spit, where I believe he got a 10-game ban for that. In terms of, it's a bit of a poison chalice, that Crystal Palace job at the moment. They lost 10 players, and like to list some of their big players, they lost Townsend, Wickham, Van Arnold, really good left back, Sacco, McCarthy, and obviously Cahill's gone as well. In terms of who they brought in Olise from Reading, who's an attacking midfielder, Anderson, a defender from Lyon, and they brought in Gallagher on loan from Chelsea. Not that inspiring in terms of their ins and outs, so many outs. Looking at his record, obviously Vieira, if you didn't know, has managed 2 clubs previously. He managed New York and Nice. His win record at New York, I'm looking here, was 44%. And at Nice, he won 33.3% of his games. So, you know, not all inspiring. I loved him as a player. One of the best central defensive midfielders that's ever played. You know, in terms, you know, he was the original Yaya Toure, you know, just such a unit and an athletic player. You know, if he could get that sort of mentality into his players, that, you know, Palace could be a really good team. But I fear for them. I really fear for them this season. I believe, you know, in terms of first sackings, it could be between Vieira and Arteta in terms of who could go. So hopefully we can pile that pressure on them a bit more. In terms of us, guys, I looked at Moyes' record. He's played Crystal Palace 11 times. As a manager, he's beat them 8 times. Drew twice, lost once. Last time out against these guys, we won 3-2 away. And last time at London Stadium, it was a 1-1. As I said, when I was talking to the guys yesterday in sort of a little big preview where we talked to West Ham, a game for good goals, really good goals. Goals that stick out. Andy Carroll's bicycle kick, wonderful goal. You know, just after Dimitri Payet had left, we needed something to inspire us. He put in a wonderful goal. Talking of Dimitri Payet, his free kick, one of the best free kicks that's ever been scored in Premier League history, let alone West Ham goals. That's one of the best free kicks ever scored. It was such a good goal. I was there. Haller got his goal as well, didn't he, against Palace, the bicycle? He got his goal against Palace, I believe. Jordan Ayew scored a cracking goal against us as well a couple of years ago. I believe Andre Ayew scored a cracking goal against them as well. And I remember Lanzini scored a really good goal as well, where it was the ball was played down to Cresswell on the line. He whipped it in. It was like a first time finish when Lanzini was so good at getting the goals in London derbies. He used to score all the time in London derbies, Lanzini. It's quite a big game, this game, in terms of statement. If we could go and win this one, I don't care whether it's comfortable or not, as long as we win it. We'll have 9 points on the board after 3 games. Like West Ham, that's, unthinkable, and to have 3 wins in a row for such a long time is unthinkable as well. We should have enough. Listen, they've got Zaha, who's, on his days capable of doing magical things. He is. There's no denying it. We can question his attitude. We can question his application sometimes. But when he is on it, he is incredibly dangerous player. Incredibly dangerous when he's on it. Christian Benteke has the ability to turn up on occasions, and he can be a threat. And it's not something we can take lightly, Benteke. He may not be the Benteke of Aston Villa days, but he's still capable every now and then of creating something. Sheku Kouyaté, dangerous from the headers. Ex-West Ham, we know he's dangerous in the air. I've always liked Shek. So he's one we've got to watch out for. So, again, we should be doing these though, guys. We really, really should be doing these, guys. In terms of us, I wouldn't make many changes. It doesn't look like Zuma's going to get over the line yet. It will maybe not even happen. We'll see. It was on and off last night. Who knows what's happening now? A lot of games still to be played. I don't think we'll have a new signing in for Saturday. If any new signings, they'll be ready for the next game, which will now be after the international break. I expect... The thing is, it's a completely different game from the Leicester game. The Leicester game, we allowed them to have possession and enjoy it. I don't think Palace... I think it will be an opposite where we have to, take the game to Palace. And it's, how Moyes can adapt to that. We need to show we can play different styles. I've seen it. I've seen it at West Ham. And now we need to, push on and be able to be good in possession and really be able to, hold possession. And something I noticed a couple of times we started doing in games. It's very good for it's very European style. Like when you're playing in Europa League, you see like Man United do it in the Champions League, you see Barcelona do it. Just play it along the back line for a bit. If you're leading a game, play it along the back line. Nice, simple, keep the ball, keep possession. And it wastes time, especially if you're leading in a game. And it's something that I like that we're starting to add into our game. I expect big performances from Rice and Souček. I think, it'll be a good little battle in there with Kouyaté and Gallagher and players like that. I think our wingers will do them damage. I think Benrahma's going to score again. I think he's in a rich vein of form. I'd like Antonio to score again. It'd be nice if they could get a pass and assist again. But I don't care who scores, if I'm honest with you, as long as we get a win. I'll tell you, there's one player I do want to score, though, is Bowen. Just for his performances alone, he deserves a goal. And I'd like to see him, he's the only one of that front four now that's not got a goal. So that'd be nice for him to get that, that voodoo off his back. So he's got his goal and then they've all chipped in with a goal then. It'll be... we can really push on going forward. Like I say, no changes for me. I think Areola will start getting his games in the Carling Cup, and I'm going to do a video on the Carling Cup later. It's not called the Carling Cup no more, is it? It's called the Carabao Cup. I'll do a video on that later. It's about fixture congestion, and we when you actually see it on paper, you can see how the games are going to come thick and fast in the next month. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Check out the Crystal Palace FIFA video. Check out my 3 reasons to keep believing this week. As I said, I don't know whether you guys have known, on Twitter, on Monday, I'm going to be interviewing Zavon Hines, first ex-West Ham player to get on the channel. I'm absolutely buzzing for it. We're going to record it and put it out because I'm actually going to be talking to him about 1 o'clock on a Monday, and I know to go live at 1 o'clock on a Monday, I know it's bank holiday. It's not, I want more people to watch it, so I'll record it, put it out probably Monday night, Tuesday afternoon or something like that. But absolutely buzzing for that. If you've got any questions for Zavon, drop them in the comments below. Until next time, guys, come on, you irons. Keep believing. Let's get 9 points on the board. Go into that international break. Let's go.